Thomas Jefferson wanted to go out and search for the Northwest Passage and wanted to gather more information about the plants, animals, the climate, and the geographic features of the new land acquired from France. Jefferson chose Meriwether Lewis and William Clark to head the expedition. They were both experienced frontiersmen. Together, they went up to the mouth of Missouri and spent a year preparing for the big journey. Lewis and Clark took 40 young men, several who had military experience. On the boats, they stored a supply of guns, medicines, medical instruments, and barrels of goods for trade with Indians. In 1804, they started up the Missouri River from St. Louis, Missouri. Later, they built a blockhouse called Fort Mandan, which they spent the winter in. In May 1805, Lewis and Clark reached Montana. It was filled with animals like elk, deer, antelope, and grizzly bears as well. But a gust of wind came up and tipped their dugout. It contained all of the supplies they brought along. Fortunately, the boat didn't sink, and they managed to save a lot of the supplies. Later in South Dakota, they met their new tour guide Toussaint Charbonneau and his Shoshone Indian wife Sacagawea. Sacagawea agreed to be a translator when they met up with Shoshone Indians so that they wouldn't be caught in danger with them. They started their way across the Rockies. Now the men were looking forward to see the Shoshone Indians. They needed supplies, horses, and guides to lead them back across the mountains. In the Salmon River, the Indians recognized Sacagawea and were glad to see her. The Indians traded them with supplies, horses, and guides. The travelers built dugout canoes and headed west toward the Snake River. In March, after 4 months of bad weather, they set back to St. Louis. They decided to split into two parties. The following August, they met up again. On September 23rd, the entire party arrived back in St. Louis. The expedition took about 7,690 miles. It took 28 months for the whole expedition. Even though they didn't find the Northwest Passage, they opened up a new frontier for fur trade with the Indians, but also a route to the west.